Well, that was a bit tasty. Welcome back to MCM Outdoors. It's sadly going to be the last wild camp for a while, so I wanted to get out and, you know, make the most of the opportunity before we're all back in lockdown again. And the walk-in's been moody and atmospheric, some lovely, stunning countryside, and now we're here, perched on the side of Longridge Fell. The winds are picking up, we've got ice and hail, really memorable. It's what it's all about. Some bad conditions, testing the gear, testing the equipment, and making good memories in some harsh weather conditions. Having said that, I'm glad I'm inside the shelter of the Soulo. I'm going to get my sleeping stuff in and get a brew on and get warmed up. I'm pleased to tell everyone that Thermarest have replaced my Neo Air X Lite under warranty, so hopefully I'll have a comfy night's sleep. I'm pleased at that. You know, on one hand it's failed again, and that's the second one I've had replaced now under warranty, but whilst it shouldn't be doing that, you know, you're sort of safe in the knowledge that if it does, the company will replace it, so I can't really grumble. And they've sent me the new version with a newer valve, and that comes with the pump sack, so you don't have to, you know, blow it up yourself. So that's always good. Saves you a bit of air. Saves you a bit of air. There you go. Let's get this Thermarest inflated. Get the sleeping bag out. The weather's going to improve as the day goes on. Tomorrow, would you believe, it's going to be sunny. But, you know, the bad weather camps are always more memorable. We'll just have a nosy out, see what we can see. Looking across there, Fair Snake Fell and Parlick Fell, and it's pretty rough. I'm just waiting for the weather to subside a little bit. I'm going to get this wet anorak off and get a couple of dry layers on. Like I say, I've got a warm wool base layer on, which stays warm even when it's wet, but the same can't be said for this this wet anorak. I'll wax it when I've got a bit of spare time, get a load of wax on it ready for the winter season. I've got a nice and dry down jacket. I've got another couple of dry layers as well. Always make sure you've got some spare layers that are nice and dry in your bag, because when you're just sat round and you're wet, you're just losing heat and gradually getting colder. All right, it's only November, but you know, it's better to be safe than sorry. It's all good fun though, and I always say bad weather camps, the more memorable. You know, it's more of an adventure, isn't it? I like to be able to get out and get some pictures and stuff like that, and hopefully, like I say, the rain's going to go off and I will be able to do that. But for now, I'm going to get the wet clothes off and try and get a bit dry. Not ready yet. Well folks, thought this would be a good time to tell you about this bit of kit which was sent to me to test out, and it's a hand warmer, doubles as a power bank as well, with a 10,000 milliamp hour capacity, and it's from a company called Ocoopa, and it's rechargeable via a little USB-C. So, you know, I've got reasonably cold hands now, so let's have a little look at it. Weight wise, nice and light, weighs 165 grams. Once you've charged it up, it takes a couple of hours. Like I say, you can use it as a power bank to charge your device or devices, different ones. Got a USB port there and various different inputs. Just press and hold, you get an LED, and there's 3 different heat settings, 1, 2 and 3, and it doesn't take long and that starts warming up. Now I've been testing it out for a while and it's a good bit of kit. Comes obviously with that carrying pouch, and I'm going to leave some links and detailed specs below this video. I like it. I've not really used hand warmers. I used to have many years ago one where you put like charcoal rods in and light them and then close it up, but this is nice, streamlined, it's nice and flat, it's got a lanyard for carrying it, and I like the way, if you're not using it for its hand warming function, you can charge your mobile device. So that's good. That's getting nice and warm now. I've got the actual specs here. It goes up to 131 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's at its max setting, and the lowest goes down to 95 Fahrenheit. So it's nice, and that is welcome heat now. Just wrapping your hands around that, alternating, or you know, taking it in your sleeping bag of a night. It's nice and safe. It's not something I'd normally look at. Normally just put a pair of gloves on, but that now, it's akin to having a hot water bottle. So it's pretty good, nice and warming and cosy, and it'll come in very handy on the rest of this trip. I'll talk about it in a little more detail in one of my other upcoming videos soon. But it's the Ocoopa rechargeable hand warmer, and the model is the H01 PD. Links below in the video description. Well, that's better. Can get outside the tent and take in some of these stunning views which are just starting to open up. See some isolated showers, some cumulonimbus cells around, looking toward Blackpool way. And there's all that bad weather. It's blown away to the east. Long way to stay there. And here we are. We can take this opportunity to tighten up some of the guy lines. What stunning break in the weather. And this is what it's all about. Rewarding. It's worth the effort, it's worth the cold, and it's worth being a little bit uncomfortable when this happens. sent a new stove to test, to try out by Valley and Peak. It's going to be a full follow-up, but here we are. Just get the legs out. That's on a swivel so that in cold weather, if you need to, you can invert your gas cartridge, which also just aids with combustion, and the flow of gas improves the efficiency, as does this preheating tube. Gas travels through this tube, is heated by the flame of the burner, and it improves the efficiency of the stove in bad weather. Now, I've used a similar stove to this, although the quality is nowhere near as good, and I have to say that that does work. Anyone who's tried to use propane butane mix in bad weather, cold weather, will know that it's much less efficient. Your boil times are much longer, and it takes a while just to heat up some water for your brew or to make your meal. So I'm going to get this on the first light, first burn of it, and see how we get on. I'm going to leave the details to this stove below. I'll talk about it a little bit more in a bit. I'm not going to tell you much about it just for now. Let's just use it. Let's see how it is. Nice and powerful, that. I'm just going to give that 10 minutes just to rehydrate. Now, I'm using this for battery storage today. I mean, I could take them out, but it's an insulated pouch again by a company that I really like, Valley and Peak. Now you can put a clear bag in here and put your meal in while it's doing its thing, just to heat up, but I'm just putting it in between my legs here just for a bit of warmth. Starting to dry off a little bit now. It's nice and cozy. That's what it's all about, isn't it? I always say, enjoying the great outdoors, have an adventure. Wow, look at that. Look at the light on that cumulonimbus cell. Someone's getting a nice hailstorm over Cumbria. The sun just hitting the side of that. It's got an anvil top as well, where the cloud goes high enough that it's influenced by the jet stream, and it forms an anvil shaped top. It's going into the troposphere. Well, that's been about 10 minutes, so let's find the beers. On this one, let me spoon out the mud. I'm going to be eating mud. Session Time IPA by the Loch Lomond Brewery. It's just a cheap one from Lidl, to be honest. I got before Halloween. Well, let's commemorate the last wild camp before we go into lockdown again. Cheers, everyone. It's really nice, very refreshing. I've had this Soulo for a few years now, and it's going well. Always recommend it to people for a bomb-proof shelter. Bomb-proof. it's not really bomb proof, is it? But you know what I mean. Right, minced beef hot pot. Anyone who follows the channel, it's my favourite because it's stodgy, it fills you up. It's quite nice. It's a bit like smash. Remember that? On the days of Bodger the Badger, who remembers that? Don't forget, it's always worth reminding people, if you're liking this video so far, give it a quick thumbs up, helps me out, and yeah, I'd appreciate it, doesn't cost you anything. I've just come out to try and get a bit more footage for you as the lights fade in. Bit of the tent, a bit of the views over there to the northwest where the sun's setting. It's absolutely lovely, but it's cold and I'm at my comfortable limit, so I'm going to get back in. Looking across the Blackpool and see the towers illuminated green. It's quite sad looking at that. Got some nice happy memories, good times in Blackpool, and the way things are at the moment, it's just not good seeing that. So yeah, get back in the tent, probably stay in the tent now. There's not much to film and it's Baltic with that wind, very, very cold wind chill. So let's get back in, let's get warm. Right, morning everyone. It's a pretty cold night that, to be honest. A couple of hail showers throughout the night. It's been raining. So yeah, could maybe do with a bit of a warmer sleeping bag one day. I've had this for about 10 years now, and yeah, it's not the warmest, but it does. It wasn't too bad. Gonna get a quick brew on, get packed up, have a little breakfast bar, and head off the hill. Hopefully the skies are going to clear a bit. We might get a little bit of sun just to dry the tent off a little tiny bit, but it's looking doubtful at the moment. So brew on. We should get a lovely sunrise when it comes up, looking across to the forest, the Bowland area of outstanding natural beauty, which is of course where I am now. So I'm looking forward to this warming mocha. I've got my hand warmer on, first thing of the morning. That's done great, it really is. You know, I thought that was maybe a bit of a fad hand warmer. comes into its own. You know, when you're out doing tasks around camp, you know, you get painful hands. I don't have Raynaud's or anything like that, but you know, it was pretty cold yesterday, and you know, even with gloves on, your hands are still cold. So for the weight, you're not paying too much of a penalty. I think it was 165 grams. And if you don't end up using it for its primary function, i.e. the hand warmer, you've got yourself a 10,000 milliamp hour battery, you know, power bank. So that's a really versatile bit of kit. I am actually impressed with that. Well done, Ocoopa. Nice product. Look at these birds flying across now. What a sight. What a stunning sight. Magical. That's me done. Great last wild camp for the time being. Had a really good time in the forest of Bowland area of outstanding natural beauty. Had some great weather, some winter showers, some hailstorms, a lot of wind and heavy rain, and a lovely morning with some cracking views of the surrounding fells. I've just checked my campsite here, make sure there's absolutely no trace. I've got all my pegs, all my litter, and there's nothing whatsoever. Anyone was walking by here, they wouldn't know I was here last night, and that's how it should always be. If you enjoyed this video, give it a quick thumbs up. It costs nothing, it means a lot. If you're on Facebook, come and join our group, and if you're not a subscriber to MCM Outdoors, check out the back catalogues, over 210 videos now, and consider subscribing to the channel. Hope you've enjoyed it, hope you've all managed to get a last bit of a camp in. Everyone stay well during the next L word. Look after yourselves, look after your mental health and your physical health. Enjoy what's on your doorstep, and hopefully it won't be too long before we're all back out doing what we love. I'll see you on the next adventure, everyone, and take care.